What's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a new short movie. The name of this short movie is What If Naruto's Parents and the previous Hokages reacted to his future. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted short movie. Now before continuing this, shout out is due where it is due. Shout out to my boy Spidey X Arco for suggesting this idea. Now I am changing a little bit of this idea as he wrote down in the comment, but I already told him. As for why I'm making a short movie instead of a movie today, as I promised, well basically I have to leave. It is basically like 12 a.m. in the night time and I'm gonna have to drive a car to the other city that is like what, 50 miles away, I guess. It is nearby, but still it is late at night and quite cold, a lot of fog and everything. I had an hour before I left, so I thought why not make something for you guys since I'm already up this late at night. So I hope you enjoyed this story, and if you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and please do leave in your sweet comments in the comment section regarding the story ideas as well as just comments in general. I love reading them. They keep me motivated as well as give me a lot of ideas to make on this channel. Anyways, enough said. Without any further ado, let's begin with our today's short movie. Our story begins after the third Great Shinobi War ended and after a few months of it, as we go towards the Uzumaki estate, where we see Minato, Kushina, and their oldest son, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, the only child, lived there. Naruto was 3 years old and was only a year younger than Itachi, and Itachi also had a younger sister of 1 year younger than him, known as Michiko Uchiha, as both her and Naruto were childhood sweethearts of sort and were inseparable from the beginning, as now we see that they were currently playing in the backyard of the Uzumaki estate, as Itachi was watching over them, as suddenly from behind him, his Oba-chan called him, as he went inside to greet Kushina. Kushina Oba-chan, did you call? Yes, can you not tell the kids? We're gonna go towards the Hokage office. It's an urgent, nothing too serious, but we have to be there. I see. I'll look after them. Should I bring them inside? If you want to, but if they want to play, let them for some time. As soon as the sun goes down, you and them enter inside the house and seal the doors, remember? Yes, I remember. I'll watch over them, and I promise nothing would happen to them. Alright, Itachi-kun. Now be good, you two, said Minato as he heard giggles from the kids, as both him and his wife went towards the Hokage office. Time skipped to the Hokage office, as we see inside was Jiraiya, Tsunade, surprisingly, and none other than Hiruzen himself, who looked quite, well, gravely serious. Whoa, is something the matter? What is going on here? I know, Minato, that it is late, but first of all, congratulations on becoming a Hokage, kid. You did it. And secondly, there is something that you need to, well, see. Since you are the future Hokage, Hiruzen-sama thought that it is best that you should be here. But why was I called? You should also see this, Kushina. As they saw that it was a book that was in front of them, as the book title was also present in front of them. So, it's an old book, said Kushina, as Minato's eyes were widened, and so was everyone who was looking towards him with seriousness. As they all turned towards him, read the title, Kushina. As the book title read, The Tyrant Naruto Uzumaki, and his conquest to the whole elemental nation, the future of Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. As now we see that Kushina, after reading that, was shocked and stunned for a bit. Is this some sort of a prank? I mean, Naruto, our son, being a tyrant, and conquest of the whole elemental nation? What is going on here? As Hiruzen then said, so far we were not able to even open a book cover, and it seems someone has added a jutsu to it, and only us 5 being here can open it. How so? It is mentioned in the first page of the book. But you said you couldn't. How did you open it? Well, the 3 of us here. The book was, well, opened by Sensei himself, said Jiraiya. And then it was mentioned that Minato and Kushina also needed to be present here, so that is why we called you. As suddenly we see the book was opened again by Hiruzen, and this time instead of their names, a bright light emerged, engulfing the whole room. As soon as the light disappeared and died down, we see that the room was quite different. There were chairs placed, and there were already some people waiting and seated there. People from the past, as their eyes widened. What? How is this possible? Sensei? Monkey? Is that you? You look old. As he was then bonked on the head by his youngest brother. Nissan. How many times do I have to tell you? Stop calling my student monkey. Just because he can summon a monkey clan, man, doesn't mean he is one too. But it's fun, Toby. You can't be always serious. Enough, you big idiot. It's been a long time, Hiruzen, and seemingly you choose a successor as well, he said, looking towards Minato, who was holding the hat. As that is when both of their gaze fell towards Tsunade, who flinched and was frozen seeing them. Grandpa? Uncle? As now we see, both of them looked towards the lady in front of them. Don't tell me, Tsunade? You certainly grown. As that is when a woman appeared from behind them. Now, both of you. Let me look at my granddaughter first. As Tsunade was close to breaking down now, because this was Mito Uzumaki, her grandmother. Grandma? Is this real? Yes, it is, said a voice, as all of them were now on alert. As there stood in front of them Madara Uchiha himself. Madara, what are you doing here? I could ask you the same. But then I bumped into someone. You can come out now, stop hiding and having fun of us all. How many of us are here? Only the Hokages, it seems, and these two and me, for some reason. As now we see, a man in white appeared with a black staff in his hand. Who are you? Identify yourself, said Minato. My name is not important, but you can call me Watcher. I am the Watcher of Time itself, and I'm here to warn you about certain things. Certain things about your son, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. What certain things? That child's life will take a sudden turn when he reaches at the age of 5. What do you mean by that? You see, everything in due time will be revealed to you. Sit down and you can watch for yourself. After all, that is what the book title said, didn't it? Said the Watcher, as everyone was quite confused. How can we watch the future? Enough, Sensei. Please, begin, said Hiruzen, silencing his sensei for once, as Hashirama was now covered in dark cloud because he was not only, shushed by his little brother, but also by his student now. And he was a goddamn god of shinobi at one time. As suddenly, the Watcher said, before we begin this, there is an image that I want you to see. As that is when, on display in front of them, an image was revealed. It revealed an older Naruto. In one hand he held the staff of the sage, and in the other the broken Ganbei of Madara. As in front of him was Madara, in which the Ganbei was stuck in a sliced position because Naruto stabbed Madara with the Ganbei and almost cut his body in half. But what shocked them the most was the eyes that were of Naruto, because his eyes were blue, and this Naruto's eyes, they were red, like Sharingan, but had ripples in them and a lot of tomos. As he was looking menacing, and most of all, looked so cold that it even sent chills down their spine, as if his eyes were boring holes in their souls itself, judging them. Meet Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, the tyrant emperor, the mad emperor of the elemental nation, overthrowing daimyos and their heritage alongside the other elemental nations, conquering even the minor villages, adding to his own domain. He has built the biggest dynasty, bringing peace by force, just because of Jiraiya's prophecy that was going to befall on his sister. Wait, what? What do you mean? Naruto doesn't have any sister. Oh, he will in the future. Everything will be revealed. Now, shall we begin? Yes, we should, said Minato, as Kushina and Minato alongside everyone was shocked. As now we see what the Watcher then said, that let us begin. As the story continued from the screen, where we see a 5-year-old Naruto being told the news that he was soon going to be an older brother. As Naruto was over the moon, as he even went towards the Uchiha compound to tell his best friend Michiko that he was going to become an older brother, and so it could be said to Itachi As surprisingly enough, Michiko also revealed that she was going to be an older sister as well, because she too was going to have a sibling. As this was going on, an year passed, and on October 10th, while his sister was born, something happened. She was kidnapped, and her his mother as well was taken. His father, luckily enough, was able to save his sister, while Naruto witnessed the Kyuubi no Yoko up close as it was revealed to the whole world. Naruto was on his own, wandering throughout the village because, well, he was staying at the Uchiha compound, and in the night time he was returning back to his estate as he felt huge amount of chakra. So he went there to investigate like a kid would, only to find the huge Biju emerging. As Naruto stood there frozen in fear, as Minato and Kushina got up. What? How can this happen? And who is this man? Was it you? No. As you can see, I am dead, and I am from the time where I only was just killed by him. Madara, if you are doing this to the future generation and the cause of the whole elemental nation being turned upside down, then what? You already killed me, remember? I'm here on borrowed time. As soon as this is over, I'm gonna go back to my body where I will die, said Madara with a smirk, but deep down even he knew that if he was the cause, he was quite curious to find out what triggered it and how he was involved. As that is when it all made sense, as he saw Zetsu in the hiding as well as the masked person. But what triggered them the most was continued in the story. As now we see, Naruto was being pushed and shoved as he fell down on the ground as the people ran all over the place trying their best to save themselves. As that is when he watched his father jumping from rooftop to rooftop, but what caught his eye and terrified him was his little sister being in the arms of his father as he was dashing towards the Kyuubi. Naruto arrived at the battlefield, seeing that his father was present there and was preparing hand seals to finally seal the Biju within, and he saw his mother also arrived. But that is when something even more disturbing happened. Both of his parents were about to stab as they jumped in front of Mito, who was the target of the Biju, and that is when seemingly time stopped for Naruto, as he yelled out, "No!" Suddenly, his eyes flashed, and from behind him, huge amount of golden chakra chains shot out and grabbed Biju, even stabbing it, and for the first time, surprisingly making Kyuubi even bleed. Nobody has ever been able to do that, but Naruto, at the age of 5, did, as the Biju screeched in agony. Now we see the reactions of everyone who watched this. This isn't possible. I did not knew the Biju could bleed. As Madara's eyes narrowed, what are those? Those are his first of many ability, the chains of judgment, given to him by Kami herself, as everyone was shocked after hearing this. Is this? Yes, the legendary chains of judgment of the Uzumaki clan, because they helped out a soul that was so kind in the past. Kami blessed them with a Kakegenkai that was so legendary that only the kindest and purest of hearts can have it. And so, Naruto was able to unlock it and achieve it. Wait, then it doesn't make sense, said Tobirama. You said the kid was tyrant and we saw how he looked. Then how did he become that? If the only Uzumaki that can unlock it is of kind heart, it doesn't matter after you unlock it, you turn to the other side, because you have that power. Remember? Said Mito as Tobirama became quiet. Can we continue? Yes. As now we see, after that, it gave Minato and Kushina enough time to seal the Biju within Mito. And after the Biju was sealed, the whole village cheered. But Naruto, he looked exhausted. But he didn't pass out or anything. He was just standing there, only sweating and panting like he just ran a marathon. That was exhausting. As that is when everyone was even more shocked, as Tsunade then said, "My word. Normally, a child of that age, after using a jutsu of that caliber, would have passed out or even went into a comatose state because of the toll it would have taken on the chakra coils and the chakra pool right after being unlocked and being used. But that kid is just standing there. Now that is one tough kid, I tell you. Thank God that we don't have to worry about Naruto in the future." As everyone looked towards Jiraiya. What? That is why we are here, because we need to see what is what went wrong that he turned towards Tyrant? As now we see. After that, Naruto and his family was seen inside the hospital room where everyone congratulated them and the family checked out that Kushina and both Mito were fine and so was Naruto. And so they returned back to the home. And after only a few weeks passed of silence as the village recovered, we see that Jiraiya arrived. As soon as he did, Naruto was greeted with a happy smile by Jiraiya, and Jiraiya also was the same. And so could be said for Minato and Kushina, as that is when he dropped the bomb. Listen kid, I got a good news for you. What is it, sensei? Well, it is more like for your daughter. Come on, tell us, old pervert, said Naruto, as everyone chuckled at that. As Jiraiya said, thanks Kushina for telling him about that. Well, actually, said the watcher, he found you. Would you like to see that memory, Jiraiya? No, thank God, no, please. As everyone agreed to seeing that because it was quite gloomy atmosphere, so they witnessed that Jiraiya was peeping on women once more, as Ryuzen looked quite also cunning, and so did Hashirama because he was a pervert, closet one as well. But that is when Naruto arrived and called out the woman, and he was beaten. As Jiraiya eye twitched as his jaw dropped while everyone chuckled, even Tsunade did. Well, the kid got you good, Jiraiya. You got pranked by a kid. Now that is something in its own right. What? How is this possible? Minato, I'm not teaching that kid anything if he does this in the future. The loyal fans of Uchiha Tactics have been waiting for a masterpiece like before, but so far nothing. I have to complete my research. Enough, Jiraiya. Can we continue, please? Yes. As the image changed, as it revealed that Jiraiya revealed to them the prophecy, and he thought that Mito will be the child of prophecy, since she will be burdened to not only defeat the Otsutsuki goddess known as Kaguya, but also unite the humans, fighting against all odds and going through hardships. Only after listening to this, Naruto was shocked and stunned, as he then said something that was quite above his age. Wait, are you insane? She's just born, and you're gonna place all that stuff on her? How can she be able to do that, old pervert? Listen, Naruto. First of all, she is the child of prophecy. There's nothing we can do. It is her destiny. No, I won't accept this. If that is her destiny, I will change it for her. I'll do it. You can't do that, son. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but Sensei is right. The prophecy has been given to us by the sage himself long before anything. I won't stand for this. As after that we see Naruto who started to go to academy as after a huge time skip as Mito was born, and well, she was only crawling. Naruto played with her and watched over her, alongside with Michiko as she watched over Sasuke, as Itachi watched over both of them. Naruto went to Itachi to train. While training, Itachi decided to test Naruto's limit as he pushed and taunted Naruto about how could he protect his sister what if she got hurt, and even showed him a genjutsu, but that is when something interesting happened. A different sort of Sharingan. Sharingan indeed it was, but a different sword activated. It had, instead of 3 tomos in each eye, it had 8 around the first circle. As it shocked not only Itachi, but the whole clan after they found out that Naruto had the Sharingan. But after conducting a secret private blood test, Fugaku found out that Naruto was just Uzumaki and Namikaze. The whole clan was baffled, and even the whole council was once they found out. As after finding out that his son had the Sharingan, he asked Fugaku what should he do, because it was his clan's jutsu. Fugaku did tell him that it was certainly a different sort of Sharingan, so it would be fine if they trained him. So Naruto under Itachi was now being trained rigorously, and skipped the academy altogether and went towards the ANBUs. After going there, he witnessed that his sister was growing ever so quietly, but at the age of 8, just after one night from returning from the academy, the first night of her academy, we see that she was ambushed by none other than some drunken shinobis who wanted to kill the demon, as Naruto appeared behind them. You, what are you doing to her? Get away from here, you freak. I can't believe our Kage's kids. Both of them are freak. One is a freak of nature, The other one is a demon, as that is when that man's neck itself was sliced off. What did you call my sister? Said Naruto, gripping his katana. You will be punished for this. There will be no one left here to remember. As Naruto, with his eyes alone, casted a genjutsu that made Mito pass out. As Naruto disappeared in a blinding blitz, and what came next was a massacre as the whole wall surrounding that area was painted red. After that, we see Naruto carefully arrived back at home and made sure that Mito didn't remember that, sealing away her memories. As Naruto looked out towards the window, thinking that the job was done, that is when he noticed something. There were hidden shinobis watching over the room. As Naruto then did something, his eyes activated once more, and he disappeared and appeared behind one of them. As that is where we see Tobirama and both Minato stood up. What? Hydeshin? At the age of 9? Yes, your son is a prodigy in his own right, and he has taken the job that he wants his sister to be happy, just happy, and wants her to live her life the way she wants it, not to be fulfill this destiny, and that has taken too much seriously. And he has trained so hard that he has unlocked his potential to the max. As that is when they saw Naruto, in a blitz of an eye, in a millisecond, killed all of the shinobis in the most brutalist way possible. As he was standing there, his eyes glowing red, and his face and hands covered in blood. As Naruto was standing there, he then said, "Come out now. I know you're there." As suddenly, none other than Akatsuchi, the son of Oniki from Iwa, arrived. So, the bride of Hokage can kill Iwagakure's Akatsuchi, the son of Oniki, the Tsuchikage. Do you want to be extinct as well, like your wife and many other? Akatsuchi charged towards Naruto. You think I would take bullshit from you, kid? You're sadly mistaken. You're just a... As that is when we see that Akatsuchi then fell down to the ground. He looked down in agony to see that both of his knees were missing. As Naruto then, with a single hand, threw both of them towards him. Looking for these? As Akatsuchi then looked towards him. As Naruto, turning his neck in a sociopathic way, began to walk towards him. Now, I will show you the true monster I can be. Much worse than my father. As Naruto made a hand seal and then said, Genjutsu, domain expansion. As doing this, Naruto was able to make a domain of his own where he was the god and he could do anything. He killed and revived Akatsuchi so much in thousands of times as the whole audience that was present there watched the gruesome scene, clenching their jaws. Even the veteran shinobis were quite shocked at witnessing of the massacre, and Madara, he was downright impressed, because an Uchiha of such caliber could be lethal, because he was a true definition of how legendary the Uchihas could be. As Minato and Kushina were horrified of what they were seeing, and the most horrifying thing was that Naruto had a smile, a sinister one on his face. And after all that was done, we see that Naruto looked towards him as Akatsuchi was bleeding out in real life. From everywhere, each and every pore of his body was bleeding at that moment while he laid there, bleeding to death. But Naruto didn't stop there. He made clones and made sure that the bodies were delivered to Iwagakure's front door with a warning. As after that, Naruto made sure the clones disappeared after a big bang occurred there, to make sure Iwa has been warned to not mess with the Namikaze family. He, after getting rid of his clothes and washing himself, entered his room and then went to sleep. As that is when the whole scene turned black, as the audience was stunned silent. How can he just go to sleep after that massacre that he conducted? Is that a 9-year-old kid that we're witnessing? No. I told you everything would have changed after you bring in the prophecy, Jiraiya. So it is my fault? It is because now it is not your fault. You only thought what you were doing was right, and rightfully so. It was indeed. But you made a mistake. Kami, Yami, and Shinigami made a mistake. They made Naruto so pure that his pureness became his poison that turn into darkness of his, and that darkness consumed him to the point that he wanted nothing more than the protection of his family and his sister and his loved ones, because to him, losing even anyone, would be downright terrifying, and he was afraid of that. To get rid of that fear, he got so strong that his limits broke. No human in history, not even you, Madara or Hashirama, have been able to achieve that. Not even the sage of the sixth path was able to achieve that, but he did. And you know what? Being limitless doesn't stop there. He will go beyond. There is more, said Madara, quite interested and now involved in the story, as on the other side the Hokages also gulped and nodded. We would also like to see if there is more. Of course, as after that there was a time skip, as Minato came home one night, as Mito was going to the academy, as Naruto already has joined the ANBUs, as he looked quite tense. Everything fine, Toho-chan? It's just Danzo and his root have been bothering. Iwa has said that root shinobis were spotted, and they have killed his son and some of the people who were on their way to conduct his mission. I see. So what did Danzo say? Danzo said that we should go to war, and he claimed that it was him indeed. What? He did? You think he didn't? I mean, he could be bluffing, thinking that it is the best way to make everyone see that you are a bad Hokage. Naruto is right, said Kushina. He could be tricking you, Minato, for all we know. As Hiruzen then said, pointing something out. The kid has sharp wits. He saw through Danzo's ploy in an instant. Remarkable. I told you. He has the qualities of a king as well. So, he innocently pointed it out to his father, as both of the parents were quite proud, at the same time quite shocked as well. As that is when Minato sighed again. And then there's one thing. Sensei is bothering me, saying that we should leave the village, take Mito with us to train somewhere else, and saying that Naruto is an ANBU now and he can live on his own for the time being. Where will you be going? Said Naruto. As Minato then said, that is the point, son. I don't want to leave. We're happy here, right? Of course I am. Mito? Of course. I love being with you guys. I mean, you're my family. As both of the parents chuckled, looking towards their innocent daughter from the future, as well as Naruto. As Naruto then said, now, Mito, eat your food properly. As Naruto then said, look, if it is alright with you, you can go, but don't go anywhere. Just go towards Uzushiogakure, since that is the least place where anyone would look, and since only Uzumakis can enter, both you and Mito would be safe. Hey, what about me? Said Minato, both while watching and both in the picture, as Naruto sighed and said, you're the goddamn yellow flash. Think of something in a flash or something. As everyone chuckled as they saw the deadpan reaction of Naruto. As now we have a time skip. Time skip as Naruto continued on doing his missions and becoming an ANBU commander of his own. As he was inside the Dragon ANBU commander's office. As there we see the Dragon ANBU commander then said, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, codename Wolf, you have been chosen as the commander of a new squadron, again, because your squadron says they can't take the toll of the work that you put through them. Still, I try my best to make sure that I don't, leave all the work to them. I know, Naruto, you have been taking S-rank missions and non-stop doing them, again and again, and thanks to you, up close to even Suna, all of the bandits have been wiped out from Konoha and even to the Land of Fire, as everyone was impressed by how far he has came after that. But there's one more thing that I want to add on. You will be the future Dragon Commander in the future. I have put in your name as honest. I want you to take my seat once I am retired. As Naruto wasn't surprised at all, but I didn't want to. What? Why, kid? You wanna be Hokage or something? No, actually I don't want that as well, as everyone was confused. Then what do you want? I want what is good for my family, for my loved ones. I will do anything for them, sir. And I don't think staying here would do any help. I only arrived and joined the ANBU so that I could learn and hone my skills. Everyone has a goal, Naruto. I want you to find one for yourself as well. And after you do, we'll talk about your resignation and so on. I see. Thank you. Until then, said Dragon Commander as Naruto was about to leave but stopped and turned around. What is it? I will keeping this letter of recommendation, Naruto. Up close here. And until you give me a solid reason, I won't accept your resignation otherwise. As now we see, a few years passed as Naruto and Michiko grew, and so did Sasuke. As Sasuke was now 12, and so was Mito, and they were finally returning after many years, and Naruto was finally able to meet them. But something has changed. Michiko and Naruto, they were quite close, and Naruto was seen doing something that he wasn't able to do after the age of 5, blushing and looking innocent and relaxed. And of all the people, with Fugaku's daughter, I mean, I'm happy that it is Mikoto's daughter Michiko, but still, that is Fugaku's daughter, that stubborn mules. Is this okay? We know her, Mito, Kushina. Nothing will go wrong. As Naruto went as far as to give her a ring as that was worn in her finger. What? They're already married? No, just engaged, to be fair with you, said that watcher, as Kushina sighed of relief, but then she said, my son got engaged and I did not knew of that? Well, he wanted it to be a surprise to you, to be honest. As that is when Kushina, after finally calming down, and Minato, whose brain was overheating because of the thought that his young son has gotten married and he was a god of shinobi at his own right, then said, can we continue? Yes, but after a short break. In the meantime, why don't you go and relax, as some refreshments came. As soon as they went, we see that Hiruzen and the other Kages were talking on the other side, while Minato and Kushina were left alone to their own thoughts. As Hiruzen then said, what are your thoughts, Sensei? What should I do? That boy is innocent and hasn't done anything yet. But see the power of that boy? It is only fear that he becomes a Hokage, said Tobirama. What? What do you mean, Hokage? Said Jiraiya. You saw that the boy didn't want it to. Well, it is his wish now. You don't have to worry about or discuss anything of that sort. Just enjoy. Because you will see your dreams coming to reality very, very soon, said the watcher with a smile on his face. As now we see, after having refreshments, they all went back. As the story continued, they watched that as soon as Minato and Kushina arrived back, the Akatsuki attacked, and Mito, his parents, were gravely injured. And that unlocked even the all powers hidden between him. He summoned Mokitan, and not only that, his eyes morphed into the Mangekyo of a sort, the Rinne Sharingan. Instead of a Mangekyo, it was Rinne Sharingan itself, as the ripples appeared and Tomo spread out, and his whole power was unlocked. Seeing his Susanoo and killer intent, the whole elemental nation itself felt it, was consumed by it. And all hell broke loose with a single strike of the katana. The rest of the Akatsuki and millions of mountains on the other side were demolished and turned into ashes. Seeing this destructive power that was unleashed by the pure rage of that boy, even the Hokages felt chills run down their spine, and Madara looked towards his hand, which was shaking uncontrollably. My hands, they're shaking. Is this the power of a god? That is indeed true. He has become, as you claim to be, the god of shinobi in reality. And soon, he too will find his goal, because being with Dragon was the last of his misfortune, or more like his fortunes that set him towards this path. Find a goal, and Naruto did that day. And that was to make sure that goddamn everyone who tried to harm his family and opposed to him was wiped out, once and for all. As after that, Naruto, using his abilities, revived those who have fallen and made sure his family was healed. And the next day he went with the resignation letter, with confidence in his eyes, towards Dragon Commander ANBU. Naruto, not now, I'm busy. The whole village has been in shambles. I know you're the savior and all. I'm here to tender my resignation letter. And Naruto were not doing this, but he stopped when he looked towards Naruto's eyes. I finally found my goal. What is it, kid? I'm gonna conquer the whole elemental nations. Are you insane? No, sir. That is an ambition that I'm gonna make true. for the sake of all, to make sure that everyone who I love is safe, I'm gonna eradicate those who oppose us from the beginning. And so now we see, after that, Naruto went on his own to the elemental nation on a journey. And soon Konoha heard the news that Taki was liberated from control of some bandits, and soon Naruto's rank in the bingo books began to rise. Within 6 months, he was placed with a new rank that never ever was placed in the book. 6 S ranks with a plus symbol was placed in front of his name, and he was labeled as the walking death itself, because wherever he went, death followed suit. The mad tyrant who didn't listen to anyone. He didn't have any army except for him and him alone. He was the one-man army. As soon they began to watch the massacre in the snow country, as well as in the demon country, and then in the fire country, as well as other country daimyos wiped out, and then even all of the other villages was conquered, and in the end, all of the people who opposed him were all present and executed in his presence. Naruto has a lot of people support at the time, just because he liberated them and freed them from all of these leechers who were sucking their blood and sweat as well. And as for the Bijus and Jinchurikis, and from some of the Kages who were stated as the village leaders to watch over Naruto's domain, who only answered to him now were peaceful on terms and vowed that they will always follow Naruto, because they knew if they mess with this person will bring hell down upon them. Now everything was done, but still Naruto felt that his sister's prophecy was still going to be fulfilled, and to make sure that it didn't, Naruto went towards the toads himself, finding a way on his own and demanding where he could find this rabbit goddess. After the directions to the moon, with some persuasive convincing, as after seeing that he destroyed the Toad Mountain, Jiraiya said, "What? He can't do that. He just massacred the whole elemental nation, and even after that, the empire he's built, we thought that was far enough, but he took it too far. No, this couldn't be allowed." I'm afraid it is, because it is his life, and this is the future that is going to fulfill. Then why did you call us here? To make you see that the consequences of some of the people's action. No matter what you do, he will become this, because of his love for his family and his loved ones, for you all. By you, I mean Minato, Kushina, Jiraiya, Tsunade, Hiruzen. He sees you as his loved ones, close ones, and he will do anything for you. As Jiraiya sat down, so he's doing this for all of us, but he doesn't have to. I mean, look at him. He looks tired. As Kushina and Minato were moved to tears because of the tiredness they saw in their son's eyes, but they saw the determination and sheer will as well. As after arriving to the moon, all hell broke loose when he destroyed and defeated the rabbit goddess, the mother of Chakra herself, and from her whole clan was found and killed one by one. After making sure that everyone was dead, Naruto returned after his journey ended with 1 year of conquest. Within 1 year, he has turned the whole scale and mapping of elemental nation upside down, making it his domain, the true tyrant god of shinobi, as well as the true king of the elemental nations. As he arrived in the Fire Nation and sat down on his throne that was built for him, and right next to him was his family, and that is when Michiko arrived and jumped and punched him in the face. "You damn idiot! Where did you disappear to for 1 year?" As Naruto didn't even defend himself, just hugged her and gave her a kiss, saying that he has returned to his queen after making sure that he has built a kingdom for her. As after persuading both Fugaku and Kushina and begging them to agree to this marriage, they were finally allowed to marry. And so, finally, after all that mess, Naruto lived a happy life with his family without any threats looming over their heads and the prophecy of his sister being fulfilled by him. You see, his love exceeded so far for his sister and for his family, to the point that he made sure that the words of gods were changed. And he did it. He changed them in a good way, without any consequences. as everyone was left stunned and shocked. No matter what you do, mark my words, this future will come true, by hook or by crook. Just make sure that Naruto isn't too far gone. Because if he is, this future can turn a lot darker. Because you're the only one that I can't see. And that is the reason why I brought you here. Good luck on your return now. As after that, everyone was returned back to their time. And now begins the true story of Naruto that they watched. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this short movie off, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, as this is Apollo Uchiha and I'm signing off for the day. Peace!